We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, an intriguing matchup between the Miami Marlins and the Chicago Cubs. Major League Baseball on the Show is next. Kyle Hendricks is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, we look a lot at numbers from starting pitchers, walks to innings pitched, but one of the key stats I look for is whip. And he has a sub 1.30 whip coming into this start, which tells me he throws strikes. He's not afraid to get the ball in the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if he can string together some real quality innings in this one.
Settling in now, Jonathan Villar. And we are set for baseball here this evening. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they've been playing better than 500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty, the first game of any series is super important. You have a chance to set the tone, whether it's 3-game set or a 4-game set. You take the first one, you put that other team on their heels.
53 degrees here at game time as it's cooled off considerably since batting practice this afternoon. Now the 1-1 pitch. This is line to left, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out.
Batting second, the shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Up next from Miami, Miguel Rojas. His matchup numbers with Hendricks, just a 1 for 9. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a sinker that stays up. 1 ball, no strikes. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Yeah, Dan, we got Ricky Holiday behind the dish tonight. I can't figure his zone out. He doesn't favor the hitter or the pitcher and can be a little too inconsistent at times.
D-Row, you hit the nail right on the head. I think one of the things we're looking for a consistent zone. If it's a tight zone, it's a high zone. Have the same zone. His zone fluctuates a little bit too much for my liking during the course of a game.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. And he lays off here, ball 4, and he'll become the game's first base runner here with 1 away.
The hitter was dug in looking for something to hit, but he would have needed a telephone pole to hit that thing way out of the zone.
Ready now for the Marlins, Corey Dickerson, and he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. First delivery to him on the way. As a look, now the pitch. Drilled down the line. Rojas, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And he'll hang in here as he reaches to foul this one away. The next 0-2. Well struck down the right field line. But this will land foul as he didn't miss by much. Here comes another 0-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
I can't blame him one bit out on the mound. I'm shocked he didn't pick up the rosin bag and see if he could get a foul ball on that one. He had to see if he would swing way outside the zone.
Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2.
This is exactly the reason why this guy has been so successful and has played this game so long, scrambling pitch after pitch, making this guy work out on the mound.
3-2 now.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
And it's fouled away. Another payoff pitch. On pitch number 10 is the one that finally does it as he strikes out after a long battle here.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
And that'll bring in Garrett Cooper as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. Enters play here at 279. 6 home runs, and he's driven in 24. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. Contreras recovers. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So it's no runs, no base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack, no score. Pablo Lopez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Boy, here's an interesting pitcher. He actually pitches better on the road than he has at home this season, which is not an easy thing to do. Sometimes guys just like being on the road, being in a different hotel, warming up and going out onto a different mound. Whatever the case, this guy definitely loves pitching on the road.
So coming to the plate, Javier Baez, as we take a look at the splits between April and May. Here comes the first pitch. Oh, and he just blows the fastball by him for strike 1. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they continue to fall on hard times, losing again last time out, and that makes 7 losses in their last 8 games. And now a pitch on the way. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Two pitch is fouled away. 2-2 now to Baez. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Right fielder giving chase. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Batting second, the right fielder, Jason Hayward.
So in now for Chicago, Jason Hayward. And he really thrives in the batter's box here at home. Something to keep an eye on in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Reined in. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now.
The third baseman, Ryan.
Stepping into the box, Chris Bryant. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Oh, that's off the plate.
2 out, nobody on. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
He would have had to go with the old school Tommy Hawk approach on that one if he wanted to get on top, but he was able to lay off it.
Loud contact there, but it's well fouled. sent out to straightaway center field. On the move is Joyce. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. We are still scoreless. Digging in, Brian Anderson. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night.
Brian Anderson.
First delivery to him on the way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Anderson, originally from the Sooner State of Oklahoma, he was selected in the 3rd round during the 2014 draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
That's the ball.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
The 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
He walked a guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the 2nd.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
Here's Matt Joyce now. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. He's set and the pitch. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Hit down the third baseline. To second for 1. On to Rizzo at first, and they get them both.
It's hard to do anything with a pitch like that that's below the zone. And if you do anything with it, most of the time, this will be the result. A double play on a good pitch down in the zone.
Digging in, Francisco Cervelli. He'll work on keeping this top of the 2nd alive. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a swing and a ball hit in the air down the left field line. Schwarber is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Marlins down quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's got hits in each of the last 5 ball games.
Wilson Contreras.
First offering on its way. In his career, Contreras carries a batting line a little over the 260 mark. Now the 1-0.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
On the ground to the right side. And there's 1 away.
Batting 5th, the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now, and he's carrying a batting average of just over 300, so clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Now here's the pitch. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
One of my favorite pitches in the game right there, the old Greg Maddux equalizer. Started at the front hip and bring it back.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
One of the big advantages to pitching ahead in a count if you're a pitcher, because you have to cover both pitches if you're a hitter. You have to cover the off speed and the fastball. And in a 1-2 count, you might be sitting off speed. And what happens? He gets the fastball, and he can't catch up to the express.
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Joyce will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday night baseball after this. At the plate, John Birdie, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Here's the first pitch to him.
That's a tough curveball right there to stay into as a lefty hitter. That ball looks like it's almost going to hit you, and it breaks over the inside half of the plate.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Birdie, 30 years of age. He was taken in the 18th round back in 2011.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Now the 2-1.
Hard liner, but picked up on a hop.
Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central.
Lopez.
Stepping in, Pablo Lopez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here it comes. Hit on the ground to 3rd. Bryant's got it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Jonathan VR.
Back to the top of the order now, and the switch hitter Jonathan VR will be the next to bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees. Here's a ball for Rizzo over at first. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0.
Welcome back as the Cubs look to get their bats going here in the 3rd inning, and you can say they've been trying to do that pretty much all year. Entering the day, they ranked near the bottom of the league in batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging. So it's clear this is a work in progress. One player told me before the game, it's a difficult thing to go through. We're all competitive guys, and we believe in ourselves, but we're obviously not getting the results we need. Now, one coach told me that despite the numbers being what they are, he's seeing a lot of development happening, so he's optimistic about what the future holds, especially for some of their younger players. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Heidi. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fly ball right down the line in left. Dickerson on the move. And he makes the catch in the corner.
Batting it, the second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
So one away here with the bases empty. And standing in now, the power-hitting second baseman, Jason Kipnis. First delivery to him on the way. Now the pitch. Kipnis, or Kip for short. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
He's looked great on the bump the first few innings of this game, and I think his ability to change speeds effectively has been a big reason why. That was a good change of speed for the strikeout there, and I've seen a lot of hitters look pretty off with their timing so far.
At the plate now, Kyle Hendricks. The swing and hit a pop to the right side of the infield. And that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Into the box, Miguel Rojas. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Count is 2-1.
And here's a ball hit in the air. But this will land untouched. And he misses with that one down and in. It's a full count now, 3-2.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Striding in, Corey Dickerson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job. Now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
That evens it up, 1-1. No runs, no hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Changed up on him, and he gets the inside corner for strike 2.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works, too.
So now to the plate, Garrett Cooper, as he puts it on the ground to third, right to him. And indeed, no look at second. He'll go straight to first and take the sure out.
Now batting, third baseman, Brian Anderson.
Ready for another chance? Brian Anderson, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First offering on its way. Comes set, the 0-1.
0-1. 1-0.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. As he arrives at second without a play, as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
The center fielder.
So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
To the plate now, Matt Joyce. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Step out of the box, take a deep breath. After spitting on that changeup, you might have bought yourself a fastball.
From the stretch, the 1-2. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2-2 is a changeup that misses 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
He's set, the 3-2. One run, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Grounded to the right. Kipnis showing off his range. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Marlins get a run on the RBI double. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's now 1-0 Miami. And that brings up Javi Baez. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Hey, there aren't too many power hitters in the game that would let that pitch go by.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is on the ground over to first. He's got it, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Good pitch right there to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch on its way. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Ryan.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And that'll bring up Chris Bryant. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
This right-handed pitcher, his bread and butter is that two-seamer, and he loves to throw it inside.
The 1-0. Hanging curveball taken, though, for a second strike.
That's a tough pitch right there. Curveball, kind of front hip. Your first move is to bail a little bit and kind of not want to get hit by that pitch. I can totally understand him taking that first strike.
Swing and a liner. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. They trail this one 1-0.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Now here's the pitch. And it's 1-1.
1-1.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
And he fouls this one off. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Line to the right side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
Hey, not a bad pitch right there. Off-speed pitch down in the zone. You thought he would set that up pretty well. The previous pitch was a real good fastball up.
Yeah, I think the hitter was sitting all over that one, Dan. I really do. He saw that fastball up for show. I think he thought to himself, here comes the off-speed.
Standing in now, John Birdie, as he'll take a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Nobody out, runner on first. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and 2 strikes now. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Ball 3. 3-2 now. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Coming to the plate now, the pitcher for the Marlins, Pablo Lopez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result. That's his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Kipnis. Throw on to first won't be in time, so they just get the one there.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Jonathan.
Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, Jonathan Villar. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
With one out and runners on the corners, some managers like to hit and run here. It's a little risky, but it can help you stay out of the double play if it's well executed.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for route number 2.
It's been a really rough day for this lineup. There's really no other way to say it. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities, and when they've had them, like right now, it's just been an uphill battle for them to make anything positive happen.
Into the box now, Miguel Rojas, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. It was a walk in his last trip. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Marlins strand a pair. They lead it 1-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. And they'll start him with a fastball that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0. Swung on and crushed. Everyone just stands there and watches it fly. A solo shot that time for Wilson Contreras. 8th home run on the season for him. And the Cubs are back to even now at 1 run apiece.
There are certain guys in every lineup that you do not want to beat you. And this guy right now is swinging the bat so well, I'm not giving him a chance to do anything. He's too hot right now.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. That's the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. 1-1 the count to the Cubs' first baseman. into the corner and slicing foul. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, 1 down. Digging in now, Kyle Schwarber. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a changeup that just about got away from him there as that ran in a bit too far. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. On, could we see another strikeout here? It's 0-2 now. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning.
Threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. But the Cubs draw even thanks to this solo home run. 5 innings complete, all even at 1 apiece. Back now for the start of the 6th inning, and we send it down to Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production, and he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only 1 of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Here comes the first pitch. A bouncer to the left side. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Garrett Cooper. He was a ground-out victim last time up.
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like a sinker in his last AB that got him to roll over. Kind of similar situation right here. Similar stuff on the mound. Look for them to try and get him to do exactly the same thing as his last AB. He's got to fight to get it elevated just a little bit more.
Hard hit ball to second. And the 6th inning is progressing quickly here. Now 2 away.
The batter, the third baseman, Brian Anderson.
So striding forward now, Brian Anderson. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. A ball and no strikes.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Now the 1-0. In the air to straightaway right. On the move is Hayward. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Miami down in order. Score remains deadlocked at 1. So digging in now, Jason Kipnis. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes to Kipnis. Two and two. Drive, base hit to right.
Man, I thought this at bat was over. Down 0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count 2-2, and he's able to find the knockout there.
In now, Kyle Hendricks. And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. There's one. On to first, a double play.
Oh, that's the last thing you want to happen when you're trying to bunt a guy into scoring position. He got it down, but you have to deaden the ball too. Otherwise, these infielders just eat it up and turn it into a double play.
2 away now for the Cubs in the 6th. And into bat next, the versatile weapon Javier Baez. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike to.
1 ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. One ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Here now the 2-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Cubs are down quietly. Still tied 1 apiece. Now to the plate, Matt Joyce. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. First offering on its way.
Hey, this guy's been throwing a gem so far. We're moving on later into this game, and he's right at about league average for first pitch strikes.
1-1.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the heart of the plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. This pitch is popped up. The 1-2.
That's ball 2. I got to count 2-2.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Got him to reach for it there as this is grounded to short. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
Digging in and looking for more, Francisco Cervelli. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
Hit down the line at first. Rizzo is there. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
The batter, the right fielder, John Birdie.
Striding into the box, John Birdie. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat. Grounder down the line at third. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. The throw into second, the tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Score remains tied 1-1. Into the box, Jason Hayward. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Jason Hayward.
First delivery to him on the way. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
Hey, it's always key getting early strikes in a count. This guy's been awesome at it so far. More than 70% of his first pitches have been in the strike zone.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. That misses. 1-2.
He wasn't even close to swinging right there. That was a stone cold take.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a liner. And that's going to be a base hit, so the possible go-ahead run is on here to start the home half of the 7th.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Striding in once again, Chris Bryant. 0 for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out on his line to this point.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Misses for the second ball.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
2-1.
Hey, you get 2-0, your eyes light up, but you're sitting in one spot, and he obviously didn't get it right there. But he still finds himself in a 2-1 count, ready to do some damage.
And a good pitch there as this ball swung on and popped straight up the chute right around home plate. And he'll lunge forward to make the catch for the first out. So a runner at first now with one away. And stepping up to hit next, the catcher Wilson Contreras.
Yeah, that last at bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile. But, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
0-1 the count. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Possible go-ahead runs on first, one away. Swing and a miss at the curveball, and there's your second out of the inning.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to, and that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
At the plate now, Anthony Rizzo, as he'll send a ground ball down to third. VR at the bag, and that retires the side. One left for the Cubs. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Jeremy Jeffress has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 24, Jeremy.
Harold Ramirez is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th.
Ramirez.
Splitter swung on and missed 0-1. And he's got that batting line up near the 300 mark entering play. The 0-1 delivery. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Jeffress, formerly property of the Milwaukee Brewers, he signed as a free agent with this organization earlier in the season.
Yeah, he didn't have an opportunity to really get acclimated to this ball club. Showing up during the season is not always easy, opening the doors to a big league clubhouse and trying to get to know your teammates. The best way to get to know them is to go out and produce.
The 2-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. The Cubs are into their bullpen now as there are the final numbers for their starter. He was great all night long.
Hey, one of the things you can't control as a starting pitcher is whether you're going to win or lose a game. He pitched awfully well in this one. As of right now, he's in line for a no decision.
At the plate, Jonathan VR. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Now a ball lined to the left side. But this is a foul ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series. To the plate now, Miguel Rojas. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 out, nobody on. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Here's the 3-1. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Schwarber is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. All tied at 1-1. Adam Conley is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 61, Adam Conley.
Into the box now, Kyle Schwarber. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Conley, a native of Washington, the Evergreen State. He was taken in the 2nd round back in 2011.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
2-0 now. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
The 2-1 home will not catch the zone. Ball 3. Ian Happ is on deck. The 3-1. And he lays off. Ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Yeah, that strategy is great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's ugly. And he was here to face one guy, and he couldn't get it done.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Digging in once again, Ian Happ. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First offering on its way. A high fastball is in there. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. And again a throw and a dive, but he's back. 0-1 pitch on its way. Soft liner to the right side. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far.
Boy, D-Roll, that ball wasn't hit very hard, but when you're struggling like this guy is, any knock is a good knock.
Yeah, 100%. He doesn't usually get those. He has to square it up mid-barrel to find a way to get a knock. He hasn't had much luck this year, but he'll take that any day.
And is the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. 1 ball, no strikes to count. First and second here with nobody out. Comes in with a changeup, and it's 2-0.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Grounded up the first baseline. Oh, and this is past him down the line. A fair ball. And the go-ahead run will score from second as they've taken the lead here in the late going.
Boy, those have to feel really good, D-Row. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the second inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
David Bodie will get an opportunity off the bench here as he'll bat with runners at the corners now and still nobody out. Off-speed pitch just missed inside. And they're runners at the corners now. The 1-0 is in there for strike one.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
The offensive approach here is simple. You know the pitcher's going for the K, so set your sights middle of the plate. And then don't worry about the infielders. They're so close, hard contact is a guaranteed ribby.
And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
Well, no doubt in my mind, this has been the at-bat of the night so far.
Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Brad Boxberger takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are two on with only one away.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins, number 33, Brad Boxberger.
Here's Javier Baez. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
First pitch of the at-bat. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Dickerson going back into the bleachers and gone.
Well, the skipper called on him for a reason, and I can guarantee you one thing. That was not what he had in mind. First pitch, and it was out of here. That's a rough way to start your day at the office as a reliever.
Up next to the Cubs, the right fielder,
Here's Jason Hayward now as he would look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. The 1-0. Hit sharply on the ground. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
Hey, some guys look out there, Dan. They don't care. They can't execute the ball the other way. It's not that easy. They're going to hit it as hard as they can, right into the shift, and let the chips fall where they may.
You know, it's hard, D-Row, when you've come up all the way through high school, little league, college ball, and the minor leagues, and you're used to pulling the ball. That's the type of hitter you are. Some of these hitters are going to have to try to make some changes with these exaggerated shifts.
They could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Comes set and the 0-1. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. 4 runs here in this half inning. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. The 1-2.
That's ball 2.
swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Wilson Contreras. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him.
Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases. But this is well up the line, and he's safe at home plate.
Great piece of hitting here. Men on first, and they're playing in the pull, but he crosses them up and goes the other way with it, making the outfielder cover a lot of extra ground. That allowed the runner to come all the way around from first to score, and that was a great piece of hitting.
Stepping in now, Anthony Rizzo, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. 2 out here and a runner at second. A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo. That's a foul ball off to the left, and it moves to 1-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. He struck him out, the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. Another good inning for the Cubs here, and you don't need me to tell you that these folks don't need much of a reason to have a good time. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Ryan Tepera comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th.
Number 52, Ryan.
Albert Almora is into the ball game now as he'll take over out in left field.
Almora.
Now batting, Corey Dickerson, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game.
Corey Dickerson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. The 0-1 delivery.
Ball inside.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
One and 2 now as this catches the outer half. Tepera, once a Toronto Blue Jay, he was signed as a free agent in the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a 1-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. A little low. It's 2-2.
I really like watching righties throw that cutter in on lefties' hands like that. This one was down 2, and if he hits it, there's a pretty good chance he's going to pound it into the ground. Maybe even give himself a shin burger.
The 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full. Got him, and he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
Now batting, the first baseman, Garrett Hooper.
Ready for another shot now. Garrett Cooper. No thump out of him in this game so far, as might be expected. He's 0 for 3. First offering on its way. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Comes set with the 0-1. Now a swing and a fly ball. Hayward on the run, but this will land untouched. Now the pitch. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. 1 out, nobody on. And he fights him off here to foul this one over toward the right side, and it'll remain 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
So now to the plate, Brian Anderson. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Now the 1-0. Misses, ball 2.
I think when a team starts struggling, certainly offensively, it's just guys try and play above their pay grade. Know who the best players are in the lineup and try and get on base to set them up.
Looked like that one tied him up a bit. A swing and a miss. Now the 2-1. Doesn't catch the outside corner. It's a ball.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
And the 3-1. Full count, 3-2. And now those that have stuck it out tonight come to their feet. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
Hey, there's a hard hit ball that was going to be down for extra bases. The ball had some spring on it, and it bounced over the wall, and the ground rule double puts him on second base without having to leg it out.
In now, Matt Joyce. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. And he'll put this one away without much trouble. And the Cubs have taken games 1 and 2 here at home, as this one is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
And tonight's comes to a conclusion, 6-1 the final. The Chicago Cubs came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Jeremy Jeffress gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. For the Marlins, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 5 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Wrigley Field, 41,649. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.